times in a row. So even though it hasn't been the biggest success for them this year, they have stuck to their guns. They're comfortable with what they're playing, but it hasn't been massively successful.
Well, this dart's going around the world to try to break some setup on B, but there's nothing there. They know that from the double bounce. Leviathan sat in position on B, but the A site push has come through. Trap broken. Trace now know that there's some pressure behind them, and again, the clock is ticking to get into the site. And they've done just that. The plant secured, one man left behind with a camera. It's Liu King that has it all to do, and King about to walk straight into his angle, but hold on! One shot connected, still drawing breath. It buys enough time for the trade from Mazzino.
Yeah, they're looking for Aspas as well. They want to try and close out some of these flanks, but they're slowly starting to be picked apart. Aspas just almost acting as distraction now as the rest of the team look to fight back in. Even still, they managed to hold on for a moment, but Mazzino putting another in the death toll. He's traded out as well. Some utility being expended and that time ticking, and Com so desperately low. Hebe with a triple.
See if they've got the stones for it, but it won't be in this round. Just pistols in play for the defensive side. B aggression. The hit is coming in on A.
Well, I think they come in as well on a much more comfortable note on this map in general. Like, okay, sure, they beat Talon, but on the last couple of times they'd played G2 regionally on Bind, it hadn't gone well. So I think that this is one where, excluding that crew defeat, they have proven that this is a solid map for them and a comfortable map as well. So I'm hoping that the issues he mentioned will be fixed in this round again. Like, you're playing into the post plant of Trace. They've got these SMGs up close, not needing to play at the same level of distance still. A little bit of damage being done, but expectations are that there won't be too much more.
Still one pistol to be upgraded. Any damage from here will actually be felt, will be shown in the economy. Aspas, well, he's on the slide to catch one. Style points, and now looking for a bit more. How many weapons can he drop? The round's already lost.
Quite regularly. Ended up on a lower note. For now, though, immediate pressure. A much faster pace look from the side of Trace.
Putting all their eggs in one basket on a straight push towards the A site. It's not too pacey for now, but there goes the utility that signals the start. The blast packs in, and around elbow we go. It's not started out too well, though. Leviathan taking all the picks. Good flash, but it's dodged, and King's there to support. Mazzino steps up to the plate and leaves it into Kai, just with a pistol in hand. And only the one kill
to see if they can do that again here.
Oh, an early bit of aggression as well, but Aspas still caught by the stun. It was sent from further back, so there was no safe haven. And now the nade puts pressure on Tex to try to push out of this angle. And the drone was watching him as he attempted the escape. Looks like a late lurk on mid might catch some value, and a very early peek in from Market gets next to nothing. The one-to-one trade's not really worthwhile. Great response by Trace already, and it's not going anywhere.
Com was... He's even going to get spotted, yeah. There's not even any way out. Is he going to run into the trip as well? Yeah, why not? Let's just reveal him on the other side of the map. I think perfect denial. It does seem like in a lot of positions on this map, Trace just have a very good read. Like, they're willing to commit early utility if they believe there's going to be a push. And I actually think the counter stun that came out from Leviathan was pretty good as well. I think the Fong Fong on the other side was stunned. He just hit the shot while stunned. So again, the cosmetic didn't play out for him. But a really clean response. As said, having 4 players left alive and saving a weapon in the last round will mean that Leviathan will be able to get back in. At least maybe we're
close to being online for Trace. They could find themselves an early safety net, and that was almost the showstopper. The wall got in the way, and the spray slightly off. And if one kill goes his way, well then that's a completely different round we're looking at. Still fighting for the orb, a possibility. Leviathan won't be able to defend. Instead, they look for some mid-control. I think they wanted to pincer 2 players out of the market. A flash or stun, perhaps, on mid if there were players there. Tracer taking that control much later in the round than expected. They're rotating to A as well. You know, they stopped the B push. They saw nobody mid. They think it's A. There's 3 players from Leviathan stacked up there. Rolling Thunder for retake, of course, but that can be countered right back.
Oh, well, they know where Tex is, that's for sure. Stuck at the back of the site.
Spike planted.
Post plant will be in, and it's almost like a double look, you've got Kai. They're going to try and isolate Kai, but they don't know that there's actually a second player. In fact, they may not even know that the first player is here. This late push could be everything. The whole goal, look, they've got a Rolling Thunder and a Hunter's Fury. They can delay a ridiculous amount of time, but King is holding. I don't know if he spotted Low King, though. That second player, he's still watching in case somebody looks to wrap around from that corner. A good read from King, but he can't quite land the shot. Now they have to try and deal with it. Bianche's gone, and so is his ultimate, but that doesn't matter anymore. The time is ticking way too far. Trace have played this post plant fantastically well. And well, Aspas
took out the ult and then realized, I don't need to. Let him have the space. Now, there was a read from Leviathan that there was a late lurk on mid, but that didn't really net them as much as you'd hope.
Okay.
The fadeaway King get killed, and, well, the A site's going to be taken over by the drone. There is a response attempted by Mazzino, already tagged up heavy, and that's one of the two rifles that they have to work with. He goes out anyways, and he goes down right after.
It's definitely going to make things tougher, but with the kill onto Kai, the flank is no longer covered. This gives some space. Now, it is being watched by Bianche, but if the remaining players, Common Tex, can make a bit of a distraction, show a couple over on that short side, it might allow Aspas the space. I think that's the goal. Just try and give him a route into this one. The thing is, the post-plant setup, again, is strong, and Bianche is watching. He hasn't switched his position, but he still loses the fight. Second man here, and with the bullet shot off, they now know it. Aspas no longer stunned, but Heve catches the other two, puts it into the 1v1. Aspas on 5 HP, and that time is ticking. If anything, I think it's ticking too far gone again. Aspas, he's looking to try and find him. He's even going to land that last shot, but it's too little too late. Has to fall out of the round. Trace have been going. I think even if you're the biggest Leviathan fan right now, you're probably quite nervous. As said, though, I think both coaches, their tactical pauses haven't gone amiss. Like, they have been valuable, to say the least. We'll see if there's an immediate response from the side of Leviathan.
Well, a lot of the time it is going to make you change your setup and your plan, knowing they've just called that pause. Obviously, Leviathan are going to do something different. So Trace do much the same, focusing fully on the B site. They found space here for free before, and this time there's a showstopper to lead the way. Tex knew where he was, but couldn't quite get it done. They know Fung Fung's going to the back of the site, and the flash is good. Calm, trading it out, looking for more, finding it! 4 under his belt already. I don't know what Edapata said during that timeout, but it's got him fired up.
Trace are not going for a full buy here. They're going to go with Stingers instead. I'm not sure if this is just wanting to have everything online, maybe even wanting to get themselves the ult, but I feel like they could have put a bit more into this round.
I think Lev thought that too. Early commitment of the Hunter's Fury after catching the tag, but no conversion.
He was so close to everyone.
All three pulses.
Just didn't hit a single pulse.
Oh yeah. Gave some of those players a haircut, but not quite enough. Reveal, flash. Nobody there to execute on the back of it unless the reveals go through, but those players are safely behind the box. Very slow round from Trace. I think they're trying to find the gaps in this defensive side, and it looks like they're assuming it's towards A. Smoke on right side, drone going through. This is looking like a B split from the side of Leviathan, but now they're about to find out it isn't. That paranoia's bought just enough time to retreat.
We've seen this for a couple of rounds now. King getting aggressive on A, taking that space away. This battle could be everything. Bianche waiting. Door actually going to be closed by the attack. That's got to be a bit of a confusing way for the round to be played out. Instead, they're going to go back to top mid, looking to try and surround the players on that A site. A lot of space already taken, but a double up will be in from the defense. Com joins them.
It's King, able to find that one, dancing around the box.
15 seconds.
12 seconds, they have to hurry up. And Com's here to support as well, watching the back. No element of surprise, but still the fights go their way. The plant will come in just in time. Fast as he is, Aspas won't be there in time to stop it. But both players tagged terribly low. 50 HP between them. Weak weapons, it's tough to get done, and Tex swings and he doesn't miss. 5-3, Leviathan.
Now be online once again, and early control, even with a boombot in hand.
They're pushing them right back, but Leviathan are all too happy for that to be the case. The Rolling Thunder expected and denied with players now far back. They'll concede site control, but look to take it back with numbers quickly here. Any aggression will be punished, and a shock dart through from Calm, taking out Bianche. Another shock dart does big damage. Beautiful stuff from the side of Leviathan. They haven't had to face them, and already these players are nice and squishy.
And the post plants have been where Trace thrive. Overdrive utilized, information garner, paranoia even sent through to try and leave them in awkward positions. Oh, in fact, almost a kill directly through the smoke. Re-aggression attempting to do something, but they are being torn apart. It's left all on Takai. He knows where they are. The spam isn't going to do anywhere near as much as he's hoped for, and even though he catches the kill, they're already defusing. Just not enough time for him to get that done.
The defensive side is in a shaky enough position. Trace could still capitalize, but they're not too healthy either. This is going to be a swing round for the lead. Trace have their sights set on B.
Yeah, they definitely know that Aspas is there. There's no doubt about it. Drone is available. It makes me a little bit nervous just because of who's on the other side. Available to get aggressive, and it's actually Tex to land the first. The guy defending, the paranoia, the stun, in fact, everything has caught on to Aspas. He's still going forward though! And he's just torn them a new one. It leaves Hebe to try and fight alone, but this right.
Standing ahead.
Like you said, limited on the attacking side, but they've done some serious damage with less than this. Same old story with that shock dart, but Tex has been very aware of that in the early round. Moving his traps around. This time one for mid, broken, and Fong right into the fight. And it's Calm to actually take that kill, certainly softened up by Aspas. Two players you don't want to fight in current form, but Calm has been dropped. The rifle, the bulldog in play for Hebe. Aftershock on both sides, and it's Hebe forced to the open, taken down. Bianche's taking space in the meantime, but in goes Aspas, and he ain't taking any prisoners.
The pause that they called, clearly a turnaround point. I'm not sure what was said. Might just have been something as simple as remember who you are.
I mean, there really are. There's two kinds of Aspas. First time they played Crew, and second, and you rarely get the second performance. He had a tough time there, was shut down in every duel he went for, but now right back on form. Rolling Thunder used to deny the planned aggression from Fong, caught immediately, and Aspas back to his old tricks, sliding around, looking for the fights and finding them. Calm, again, assisting on those kills, taking them down in the end, and Hunter's Fury used to try to keep them in the choke point. King is here, and he's defending his throne.
For Aspas, leading the charge. Maybe see if they can get themselves their first pistol, but there's already a trap being set by the defensive side.
Oh! Well, that is quite the reaction.
Who was trapped?
Aspas doesn't seem to be slowing down, and right into the fight, but Hebe and Bianche, they've got the control. Trading it out, keeping the numbers now equal, and then that's when Locking steps it up. The paranoia doesn't land, but the shots do. The plant from Calm. All that remains of the hope of Leviathan taking a pistol here. You know, 1 versus 2, both players 70 HP, no shields to work with, but they're already on the spike.
They've already pinged exactly where he was going, or at least it seemed it. Now starting to realize that he could have gone back in the other direction. The spam just not on at this point. Already getting it to half. They're going to look to try and fight him together. And there was a world where he wins that. But his doppelganger, Bianche, is going to be the one to take that over the line.
Them being able to keep this close. Aspas off rip, no force buy. Pistols, a couple invested into.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's going to be an easy round.
Yes, the few extra credits off the plant and kills just being expended into this one. A chance to do some extra damage. And you can see that Trace definitely had the same thought. They haven't gone for any pistols this time around. There was always seemingly one, but wanting to make sure that they can convert this round as cleanly as possible. So now any loss here will be costly. SMG or 2, it's not the end of the world. You lose any of those rifles, that's going to be a problem.
That's exactly it. I want to see limited losses, although off rip.
Well, that's a rifle.
It's Leviathan with the opening pick, with a rifle to be recovered. Luckily, Aspas is nowhere nearby. That won't be given to him just yet, but they're grouping up. I'm going to approach this one as a blob, go back to meet King, who's tucked in inside of B main. They take site control. This is a different round altogether. Trace have to be very careful not to give away too much here.
Okay, already getting the information. Smoke for top mid. Almost trying to bait their opponents. It seems to have worked. They're re-aggressing into middle. In fact, it seems like they've got completely the wrong read. Going back towards the A site, I'm not sure what the point of call was, what gave the game away, but whatever it is, it was completely wrong. This is going to be a post plant over on that B site, and now having themselves potential to maybe play main or with those pistols, play aggro.
That's a problem. Yeah, from this point, trades, all that Leviathan need, and they've been spectacular in early fights, even without that rifle that now sits on Calm. Trace having to use up the stun to clear the first angle. Law King hoping to catch them off guard, and he might just do that. He's being flanked on though, and does he suspect it? 2 quick kills, but shot in the back. I think he's got just enough done to give them a chance. 30 HP on Tex, trying to buy time, but the defuse is underway. Someone needs to go out and drop that diffuser, and there's no one to do it. The rifle still in.
Going. Now they come up with a fall by. It's going to be SMGs, pistols. In fact, Hebe is only on a classic.
A lot of players pushed up. They're going to try to use the aggression to catch them off guard, make up for those weaker weapons, and it certainly worked to start with. Tex has been spotted. He is completely surrounded. Players absolutely everywhere. There's no way out. He tries to fight his way out, and he's doing it. 3 big kills. This could have been a nail in the coffin for the round. Instead, an uphill battle remains for Trace. Kai, well, now detected. They've got all the information. The cage might buy him a moment to breathe, but his teammate's been dropped down to the classic. Aspas is dropped, but 20 HP left and a flank under. Get your gun out, Zeno. Flank underway, now got him. Stuns, got him. There's nowhere for Kai to go. It would have to be the headshots, and it's just not to be.
This is where the defensive side do come back in with a purchase. An immediate push, though. Aspas has almost caught Bianca, and in fact, with the stun, he gets both players!
Follow-up is there from King to A site, completely overrun. Blink and you miss it. I see the credits are low, but that felt more like an eco.
Yeah.
He just dismantled that setup. And now, well, all that's left is to save. You can see Kai already repositioning his utility, be a little bit more defensive. But that's a big blow to the side of Trace. This was their round, and like you said, almost getting caught. Even as the barriers went up, Bianca doesn't expect Aspas to be that close. And that's a worrying sign, because he's going to do that a lot. And you've got to be ready for it.
There's either going to be immediate pressure onto elbow in a lot of rounds. We've seen that with many teams. I think the example that always springs to my mind is how Heretics play it with the pot flash. You do the same thing with Breach. So either series, maybe even a little foolish in the first map. But that has long gone already. A good reveal, even a good stun. But Mazzino is going to win that initial fight. Tex has been traded out, even with these lower weapons. There's danger. In fact, they're going to use that Rolling Thunder to try and push the defense back. This has become a deathmatch server, except one team has only more pistols. There's always one, right?
Yeah, and one team has Aspas.
Sure.
That's going to work for you most of the time, although Kai's managed to shut him down. 1 versus 3 now. Perhaps an opportunity with Mazzino low. Spotted up by the drone, swung on and sent package. Eventually has to break the drone. They'll reload to close it out. Okay. Check their positions on Leviathan. They're tucked in. They're letting him take the first move, and they'll shut him down right afterwards. Contact from Calm, and then a triple or at least a double swing. And whatever angle Kai decides. Say it's an uphill battle. I mean, when they play like this, it's an unwinnable one almost. Oh, if that shot had landed, perhaps.
The thing is, it's fine for Mazzino to do that. He's 5 HP. Like, if you don't hit the headshot, he gets to survive, and Calm.
Fung Fung over here, ready for the fight. But look who's going in, full pelt. It's Aspas. He's caught. Well, he stunned himself. He stunned us many times with his individual ability. The paranoia kept him back for a moment. Now it's time to push right back into that site. In goes Anders Fury, and Aspas is shredding them, doing all the damage, making this ult look a lot stronger than it usually is. And he's got the firepower backing up every single duel. It's Kai left to do absolutely.
Speed of sound. And so the Hunter's Fury in combination makes it so hard to play against. Now that was a very good ult. I was about to say, we saw 3 players get pinged up immediately. I think there must have been either a combination flash or stun. I think it's definitely a stun.
Follow up onto Com. Weak weapons across the board. Okay, Mizzino's making a play. Trigger discipline on display. Got one, but that's it. Fong now activated. Tex, he tagged up by that nade, but he's not deterred. Still pushing forward. 2 players extremely low. One of them in this first crossfire. The firing squad takes it across the...
Creatable though. The only thing I will say, they still have a lot of ults, and this is an early fight. How does he still get one?
Well, the stun certainly helped out. Might have saved the day. Push up from Trace on the back of the Rolling Thunder. They've gone through middle, but the paranoia sent them packing. One player had been caught by the Rolling Thunder as well, so definitely chopping up this defensive side aggression. However, locking, finding one, puts the favor back on the defense. 3 players close, and the information there to play with. The attacking side executing is a different story. Seems like Trace have come back online at just the right time. 2 versus 4, and the info now in their hands.
Ooh, just getting out of there seemed like it would be difficult. They have managed it. All 4 players on this B side of the map, so
I have the spike.
They're able to move into this A site. They will be able to get themselves an afterplant.
Shadows traveling.
All the utility has pretty much been expended. An extra smoke is granted to King, but it's thrown down immediately. And you have to feel like this retake should be too difficult, but you never know.
I think they're deciding on whether to break that trap or just sit inside the smoke, and King's made the choice. No one's going to give him it, though. They're all going the other way. For a second, I thought Bianche would double back. They made the right call. Tech's already spotted. They don't know about King, but now they do. All the info there, but the kill's going the other way. Spike still needs to be defused. Kai does well, and the trap catches King eventually. Uses the Shrouded Step to try to fake them out, but Kai's not falling for that one. The defuse close, but just about enough time. 0.91 under.
Now in as well for Fong. We'll see. That could be the difference maker, because without the ultimates, they really haven't had any success in their rounds.
Felt like a third map was inevitable, certainly owed in a series like this. Trace don't want that. They're looking for their 2-0, still with a showstopper in play. Fong has that towards the A site. It's Leviathan setting up for the B site take. Stun goes through, catches no one. It's quite a deep play from the defensive side. There's no ultimates for the attackers. They're just conceding this space. Probably knowing that if Fong rotates, Showstopper can breach right back through whatever post plant's in play.
Well, 2 spotted, an immediate stun. Aftershock isn't quite deep enough. Will be countered immediately. The push onto the site will garner them a plant, and the Showstopper's on the other side of the map. There's going to have to be a sprint from Fong, and he's got to be aware as well that there is still a player lurking. In fact, a couple that could double up in a crossfire. Aspas is going to try again. This time he's caught, but so is Lord King as well.
The up rotate, checking the wrong angle as well. Tex able to grab one, and Kai is so desperately trying to pull this round back into their favor. King's gone down, and so's Mizzino. They know exactly where the last man is, but he gets the jump again. Out goes the cam, it's broken. He knows the defuse isn't underway, tries to stop it from getting the half. And while doing
to take this to Ascent, a map that both teams are incredibly comfortable on, and a great place to end this series.
Especially in the last round, considering they closed the door and they were stuck in market with so much utility coming at them. That's when you just don't think there's a lurker anymore. Like, why would the guy be sat there staring at a closed door? But that's why. He wanted the round under his belt, and a phenomenal time to step up to the plate. 12-9, 3 in a row for an overtime for Trace. We're going all the way to Ascent. Map that, like we said, definitely deserved to see a third map from this series. Leviathan fighting for it. Showstopper fires, not landing. Aspas, he took the damage, but at least managed to trade out, and King still fighting for the backside control. Bianche caught off guard. It's Kai and Law King to do it all. The step out from Kai with the paranoia, but they're just evading him, dancing around this pillar, forcing the fight. This time, it seemed to go Trace's way. That's when King and Kong close out the map, 13-9. We're going all the way to Ascent, and it's not over yet for the Leviathan fans.
Yeah, they might have been beaten down in that first map, needed a response after a slow start, but Leviathan are definitely back, and we'll see who's going to take it in the decider.